It won't be easy. But this man was in simply a different stratosphere today.
Well, he deserves it. He is the best player in the world currently. There's no doubt about it. I mean, especially after the performance here. What a great moment. It was almost Federer-Nadal-like, wasn't it? That at the end he was consoling a defeated opponent. They both showed class, I thought. And, you know, with this young man at the head of the sport, it's in good shape.
Yeah, he's obviously, we have to sort of touch on it. He's obviously got one big battle coming up in February that is not entirely in his hands like today's final was, and that of course is the appeal by WADA, and we await to see the outcome of that. But that is one big cloud on the horizon for Jannik. But for the rest of his day here and tomorrow, it is a perfect one, as he was tonight. As I said, he was in the winning business today. You don't necessarily have to or can be perfect in championship matches, but he actually was.
Right, almost. Yeah. I don't know if we've ever seen a perfect one, Petch, to be honest, but he was awfully close, wasn't he? He did everything so well right from the start. There were a couple of hiccups.
The net cord obviously was a significant moment.
It was. That definitely helped. He looked like he was in control of that tiebreaker generally. But in the end, he did need a lucky break to get ahead again and then finish it off. So, look, visually, it was so entertaining. I mean, when you know a little bit about the sport and you see players of this level perform at the level they do perform at, it's quite, well, it's sobering, isn't it? When you see how good they are up close and live, what they can do and how the game has evolved, and the standard it's gone to over the generations.
Norman Brooks trophy, of course. Norman Brooks himself won the Davis Cup 5 times. This man's led Italy already to a couple of Davis Cup titles. He continues to excel on the singles court, in the team environment, and of course also in the tiebreaker scenarios. We talked about just how dominant he is. He's lost just 2 out of his last 18, has Sinner, and that was again crucial for him. He leaves Melbourne a perfect 4-0 in breakers. But even just pushing him to get to that stage, his biggest challenge was really physical rather than almost from a tennis point of view in that match against Runa in the heat, where he was really struggling on that particular occasion. A couple of things coming to help him out. The physio took a long time, of course, to kind of diagnose the problem, and then the net breaking, giving him another sort of, what was that, 20 minutes off court. But he is a special tennis player in the way that he goes about his business out there. It's got charisma, it's winners, and it is brilliant in both disciplines, from a serve point of view and a return. There is no room for you to relax.
No, not at all. And I would add to that, I believe he is a special individual. I really have so much time for him and how he is as a young man, and I think he deserves support from around the world. I really do.
Yeah, if you haven't been following us and you're just sitting here watching Jannik pick up his major title, and you wonder what he was talking about with Darren, of course, Darren Cahill announcing this week that he would make this his last year on tour, and he will take Jannik through to the end of the season, and then he's going to get off the coaching carousel and spend a little bit more time potentially at home. But the world's his oyster in the world of tennis, really, for Darren. If he's going to do TV work, I'm sure he'll continue on that front and consult and everything else. But it is a hard task being a full-time coach. It's 24/7, it's 364 days a year, and a team that have gelled exceptionally well.
Well, I don't know. There he goes, a defeated man tonight, Sasha. But look, he'll be back, and surely, Mark, surely he is too good a player not to win a major, at least.
I mean, you think so, but as Josh was saying in commentary, there are some very good youngsters coming through. He's probably got a window of 2 years of the same nemesis that he's got to try and get by, and then once that window sort of shuts, there's going to be 2 or 3 other players that are going to get thrown into the mix. So
yeah, and hard court probably is his best surface too, and this man is pretty good on it, isn't he?
And Jannik's favourite surface in his own mind is actually clay. I mean, obviously Zverev has had some great success on clay. He was a finalist last year against Alcaraz, couldn't quite get across the finishing line. It was in that 3-hour epic couple of sets against Rafa in 22 when he tore the ligaments in his ankle that kind of sort of really put pay to any genuine deep runs at majors for about 18 months. But he will be a threat on the clay, but so will Jannik. He's getting better and better on that particular surface, so more of a threat coming from the Italian.
Can he win on all 4 surfaces?
Yes.
Yeah. So which is his toughest, do you think? The grass?
I actually think the clay will be his toughest, as much as he enjoys playing on it as much as he does. I actually think grass court tennis now, if you can't slide like Jannik does in an open stance way to defend and sort of hit your way out of trouble, the game has got so fast, Fitzy, on a grass court, you can't keep your footing. And I think that it's going to be a huge advantage, as we've seen for Novak in the last sort of 5 to 8 years. If you can defend the way that Jannik defends on a hard court, it translates so well to grass. And the serve, which again was immaculate. Grazie.
Don't throw things,
grazie
guys.
to you,
Just
Jannik.
hang 'em over the edge.
It's been great to watch another 15 days of your excellence. The only Italian man or woman that's managed to pick up 3 singles major titles. He's cemented his legacy, and he's already an icon back home.
Yeah. He's an icon here. Everywhere. Now. That was a great scene for me when he joined his coaching staff and his friends, and he talks about family and surrounding himself with good people. Well, I can tell you, I don't know him as well as I know Darren Cahill, but that's proof to me that his objective is to surround himself with good people that will give him good advice. It's an ongoing effort, isn't it? Your whole career to do that, but he's got a good one there. I can vouch for that.
Hard to believe, isn't it, when you see the clock for the match, 2 hours 42 minutes, and yet you never really felt as though Sasha was going to make that the epic that we hoped it would. The opening set felt big for Zverev, and it was that little period at the back end of that first set with the slide. Or was that just hit him on the head?
Yes, someone let one go and it hit him up. But I think something went in his eye there too, so it was time to go. And the excitement was becoming a bit much, I think.
Gonna say